Hi, now this little video is on the creation of tamper-proof snapshots in ONTAP. Ransomware is a threat to many of us, and NetApp Autonomous Ransomware Protection helps you with the protection of NFS and SMB volumes using different techniques. One of which is that with the detection of a possible attack, the tamper-proof snapshot is immediately created, so as to limit the number of infected files. Now this video is not about the ins and outs of ransomware protection, but on how to create tamper-proof snapshots yourself, either manually or via a snapshot policy. Now, a tamper-proof snapshot is a snapshot that is locked for a defined period of time, so that it cannot be deleted, and also the volume cannot be deleted for as long as this snapshot has not expired. Now, there's a couple of things you have to set up to establish that. First of all, your ONTAP version should be 9.12 or higher. And secondly, you should have an external NTP server configured for your cluster. Thirdly, the compliance clock should be in sync with this time server, and when all of that is done, you can enable snapshot locking on a volume and then create snapshots with the desired snaplock expiry time. And of course, you can create a snapshot policy which creates tamper-proof snapshots for you. Now please join me in the demo. First thing we do is we check the version of our cluster, because we need a minimum of 9.12, so we're safe here. Now some commands need to be run from the advanced mode, so let's switch to the advanced mode in our cluster shell. And then we've got a vserver called dsvm and a volume dvol to work with here. So it's a demo svm and a demo volume. And as agreed, we need NTP in order to be able to work with the compliance clock later on. So we check NTP and we see it's not set. Then we run NTP server create and enter a Dutch pool, could be any pool. And I agree we should set up authentication as well, but since this is a demo with regards to tamper-proof snapshots, I will just leave a link in the description on how to set up a trusted NTP server. The next thing we do is we set the compliance clock. So first we check its status and see that there is no syncing between the compliance clock and NTP. So we enable that, like this. And then we start the clock for this cluster node. Now let's first see what we can do with snapshots without any locking. I can create a snapshot in the demo volume and call it snap1 for example. And if I like, I can easily delete it again. So this is definitely not a tamper-proof snapshot. To make this work, we need to set the snapshot-locking-enabled option for the demo volume. So let's set it to true. And we check it and we see it's okay. Now we check the date and time and make a note of that. So now we can create a snapshot and set the snaplock expiry time. So let's stick to today and set the time to a couple of minutes from now. And then when we try to delete the snapshot, we fail. So that's cool. We'll not be able to delete the snapshot for the next couple of minutes. And finally, you can also create a new snapshot policy to automate all of this. This is just an example, but you could think of creating a single snapshot every day and set the retention time, which is the lock period, to a day as well. And then we connect the new snapshot policy to the volume and we're done.